Okay, so now we will solve one question related to this Francis turbine. An inward flow reaction turbine works under a head of 110 meter. We will write the given data. The head is given as 110 meter. The inlet and outlet diameter are 1.5 meter and 1 meter respectively. Inlet diameter means outer diameter, that means D1 is 1.5 meter, and outlet diameter will be inner diameter because there is an inward flow turbine. D2 will be equal to 1 meter. Width of the runner is constant and is equal to 150 mm. Getting this? Okay. Now the blade angle at outlet, that means beta 2, this is B2, beta 2 is given as 15 degree, hydraulic efficiency is given as 90%, axial discharge velocity at exit is 8 meter per second, that means Vf2 is given, axial discharge velocity means Vf2 is given as 8 meter per second. Okay. Now how can we draw the velocity triangle now? So the blades be like this. Okay, outlet velocity is given. Okay, outlet, this Vf2, value of this Vf2 is given, so this can be drawn. This is Vf2 and beta 2 is also given, so we can draw this. This is beta 2, so this will be Vr2. Getting this? Okay. Now inlet velocity triangle, because the value of beta 1 is not given, so it is not clear whether this beta 1 is less than 90 degree or it is greater than 90 degree, and because in both the situations the velocity triangle can be different, as we have already discussed. When the beta 2 is less than 90 degree, then velocity triangle would be like this. Is the inlet velocity triangle. Okay, this would be V1, this would be Vr1, okay, and this would be Vf1, this will be alpha 1, and this will be beta 1. Okay, this is the case when beta 1 is less than 90 degree. Okay, and when this beta 1 is greater than 90 degree, then obviously the velocity triangle would be like this. Okay, here I will mention. So this would be U, and the horizontal component of V1 is Vw1, and this is Vf1, as I told you. Okay, now here this would be V1, this will be V1, okay, this will be Vr1, and this beta 2 is greater than 90 degree, this will be alpha 2. Getting this? Okay, so here the distance between V1 and Vr1, this will be U2, this will be U1. Okay, and the horizontal component of this V1 will be Vw2. Getting this? Okay, so it is not clear whether this beta 1 is less than 90 degree or beta 1 is greater than 90 degree, because in both the situations the conditions would be different. So the very first thing would be to find whether this beta 2 is greater than 90 degree or less than 90 degree. So one of the way to find out is if we can determine the value of this U and V. This is 1, not 2. If we have the value of this U1 and Vw1, okay, so if this U1 is less than Vw1, then obviously this beta 1 will be less than 90 degree and velocity triangle would be like this. And if this U1 is greater than Vw1, then beta 1 will be greater than 90 degree and velocity triangle would be like this. Okay, so we can not draw inlet triangle without knowing whether this U1 is greater than or less than Vw1 or not. Okay, the very first thing we have to determine is the speed of turbine. Speed of turbine can be determined easily. How? Because we know the value of this U2. U2 we can determine. So this U2 is equal to what? Pi d2 n by 60. Okay, if we want to determine this n, we will have to determine first the value of this U2. Okay, now how can we determine the value of this U2? This is U2, as we know. Okay, so how can we determine the value of U2? We can have tan beta 2. So this tan beta 2 will be equal to Vf2 by U2. From here we can determine the value of U2. Okay, so tan beta 2 will be equal to Vf2 divided by U2. Okay, or you can say tan of 15 is equal to Vf2 is given as 8 divided by U2. This will be 8 by U2. So from here this U2 will be equal to whatever be the value of this U2, we can get it from here. Okay, first thing. Now just put the value of this u2 and you will get the value of this n. Okay, so from here if you calculate this, u2 will be equal to 8 by 10 of 15. Okay, and this will be equal to 22.4 meter per second. Getting this? Okay, so just put the value. So this will be 22.4 is equal to pi into d2. d2 is given as 1 meter. Okay, d2 is given as 1 meter, pi d2 into n by 60. So from here this n can be determined, which will be equal to 427.66 rpm. Okay, so this is the first answer. Getting this? Okay, so we have determined the value of this speed of turbine. Next is to determine the value of blade angle. Blade angle means alpha 1, beta 1, alpha 2, beta 2. This we have to determine. And as I told you, for that first we will have to determine whether this u1 is greater than vw1 or it is less than vw1. Okay, so for that let us first determine u1 and vw1. Okay, so how can we determine u1 and vw1? So we have the value of this hydraulic efficiency. Okay, we have hydraulic efficiency and we know what hydraulic efficiency is equal to vw1 u1 divided by g into h, since vw2 is 0 in case of Francis turbine. Okay, so from here, since hydraulic efficiency is given as 0.9 is equal to vw1 into u1. Okay, now u1 we can determine easily. u1 is what? Pi d1 n by 60. So once we have the value of this n, we can determine the value of u1. u1 is equal to pi d1 is given as 1.5 meter into n as we have determined is 427.66 divided by 60. So from here this u will be equal to 33.58 meter per second. Just put the value 33.58 divided by 9.81 into head, which is 110 meter. So from here this vw1 will be equal to 28.92 meter per second. Okay, so as you can see from here, u is 33.58, vw1 is 28.92. that means u is greater than vw1. Okay, so what will be our velocity triangle, final inlet velocity triangle? Since u1 is greater than vw1, so our velocity triangle will be like this, inlet velocity triangle. Okay, so we can cancel this out. Okay, this is our inlet velocity triangle. Getting this not? Okay, now once you have the value, now you can determine the value of this beta 1. Blade angle you have to determine, inlet blade angle. Okay, now how can we determine the value of this beta 1? Now since this angle is beta 1, okay, so this angle will be 180 minus beta 1. Okay, so we will put tan of 180 minus beta 1. Okay, now you can see from this figure, tan of 180 minus beta 1. Okay, this angle, this is 180 minus beta 1. Okay, this will be equal to, this is nothing but vf1 perpendicular upon base, and base is how much? u1 minus vw1. Getting this or not? Okay, vf1 divided by u1 by u1 minus vw1. Okay, so for this first we will have to determine the value of this vf1 now. Okay, so how can we determine this value of vf1? We have the value of vf2 and we know what? Total discharge q is equal to pi d1 b1 vf1, which is equal to pi d2 b2 vf2. Okay, now from here this pi will get cancelled out. Now width is also constant, b1 and b2 will be cancelled out. So vf1 is equal to vf2 into d2 by d1. So just put the value. So this vf1 is equal to, vf2 is 8 meter per second into d2 by d1 is 1 by 1.5. So from here this vf1 will be equal to 4. Getting this? So just put the value. So from here this tan of 180 minus beta 1 is equal to 4 divided by u1 minus vw1. Okay, u1 is 33.58 minus 28.92. So from here this 180 minus beta 1 will be equal to 40.64, or you can say this beta 1 will be 180 minus 40.64, which is equal to 139.36 degree. Okay, so this is how we can determine the value of this beta 1 blade angle. Okay, now if we want to determine the value of alpha 1, the alpha 1 we can determine easily. How? Okay, so tan of alpha 1 from this figure only, this is alpha 1, tan of alpha 1 will be equal to Vf1 divided by Vw1, that's it. Okay, so tan of alpha 1 will be equal to Vf1 by Vw1, or you can say this alpha will be equal to 7.87 degree. Okay, if you put the value of Vf1 and Vw1, you will get the value of this alpha 1. Getting this? Okay, now third thing which we have to determine is the power developed by the runner. Okay, now we know how can we determine power. So this power PR will be equal to m into Vw1 into U1. We have the value of Vw1, we have the value of U1, we just have to find out the value of m, mass flow rate. Okay, now what is mass flow rate? This m, as we know, mass is equal to volume into density, so density into volume flow rate, which is nothing but discharge. Okay, so just put the value. Now q, as we know, is what? Pi d1 b1 vf1, or you can write it as pi d2 b2 vf2, whatever. Okay, so just determine the value of q from here. Pi d1 is 1.5 into b1 is 0.15 into 4, so from here this q will be equal to 2.827 meter cube per second, and this mass flow rate will be equal to 2.827 into 10 raised power 3 this much kg per second. Getting this? Okay, so this runner power from here is 2.827 into 10 raised power 3 into Vw1. Vw1 is 28.92 into U1 is 33.58. So this runner power from here will be equal to 2745.3 kilowatt. Answer. Okay, so this is how we can solve this question. Getting this now? Okay, now next question says estimate the mean dimension of Francis turbine to suit the following condition. The head is given as 100 meter, power is 2 megawatt, speed is 500 rpm, hydraulic efficiency is 0.9, overall efficiency is 0.85, flow ratio is given, ratio b1 by d1 is given, outer diameter is twice that of the inner diameter, and flow velocity is constant throughout. Okay, outer diameter is twice, d2 is twice that of inner diameter, and flow velocity is constant, vf1 is equal to vf2. That's all data, we can take it from here. Okay, now we have to determine the mean dimension of the Francis turbine. Okay, mean dimension means we will have to determine the dimensions, means the value of b1, d1, b2 and d2. Okay, now how can we determine that? So now the very first thing is the flow ratio is given, and with the help of this flow ratio we can determine the flow velocity vf1 and vf2. Okay, so what is this flow ratio? This kf is equal to vf upon root 2gh. Okay, so just put the value. This is equal to 0.15 is equal to vf1 divided by under root of 2g, which is 9.81 into h, which is 100. So from here this vf1 will be equal to 6.64 meter per second. Okay, and this is also equal to vf2, first thing. Okay, getting this? Now second thing, we can determine the value of q. Okay, now because ultimately we have to determine the value of width, and width, how can we determine this? Q is equal to pi d b vf, pi d1 b1 vf1. Okay, so if first we have determined the value of vf1, second we will have to determine the value of q1, then we will have the relation between d and b, and we will be somewhere close to our target. Okay, now second thing is to determine the value of q1. So this q1, as q1, how can we determine? So one more thing which is given is overall efficiency. Okay, so this overall efficiency is equal to what? Shaft power upon water power, which is rho g q into h. Okay, now overall efficiency is given as 0.85, shaft power is given, total power developed is 2 megawatt, 2 into 10 raised power 6 divided by rho, which is rho into g, which is 9810, into q, which we have to determine, into 100. Okay, so from here this q will be equal to 2.39 meter cube per second. This will be the q. Okay, now so now we can come to this part. This q1 is equal to pi d1 b1 into vf1. Okay, now we have the ratio of b1 by d1, which is equal to 0.1. Okay, so we can write this b1 as 0.1 times of d1. Okay, so this B1 is equal to 0.1 of D1. Okay, so just put the value. This Q, which is 2.39, is equal to pi into D1 into 0.1 of D1 into VF1, which is 6.64. Okay, so we just have the one variable here, which is D1. So from here we can determine the value of this D1, which will be equal to 1.07 meter. That's it. Getting this? Now once you have the value of D1, you can determine the value of B1. Okay, so this B1 will be equal to B1 will be equal to 0.1 of D1. Okay, so D1 we have already determined as 1.01 meter. So this B1 0.1 into 1.07, so this will be equal to 0.107 of 7 meter. Getting this? Now next thing, D2 is equal to 2 times of D1. Okay, so this from here, this D2 will be equal to 2 times of D1, which is equal to 2 into 1.07, which is equal to 2.14 meter. That's it. Getting this or not? Okay, now we have determined the dimensions. Okay, so now further, if you want to determine the value of blade angles beta 1, beta 2, alpha 1, alpha 2, so for that first you will have to determine the value of U1 and VW1, whether U1 is less than VW1 or U1 is greater than VW1. Okay, so for that first determine the value of U1, which is equal to pi D1n by 60. Just put the value. This will be pi into D1 is 1.07 into 500 divided by 60. So from here this U1 will be equal to 28.01 meter per second. This is U1. Okay, now how can we determine the value of VW1 now? So for that VW1, hydraulic efficiency is given how much? 0.9, and this hydraulic efficiency, as we know, is VW1 U1 divided by G into H. Just put the value. So this will be 0.9 is equal to VW1 into U1, which is 28.01 divided by G into H. So from here this VW1 will be equal to 31.52. Getting this one? Okay, now this U1 was equal to 28.01, VW1 is 31.52. So obviously the inlet velocity triangle, since U1 is less than VW1, the inlet velocity triangle would be like this. I will draw it here only, the inlet and outlet velocity triangle. So the inlet velocity triangle would be like this. Okay, this will be alpha 1, this will be beta 1. Okay, and outlet velocity triangle obviously will be like this. This will be VF2, VR2, beta 2 and VW, sorry, U2. Getting this? Okay, now since U1 was less than VW1, so we get the inlet velocity triangle like this. Now if you want to determine further the value of beta 1, so tan of beta 1 will be equal to VF1 divided by VW1 minus U1. That's it. Okay, tan of alpha 1 is equal to tan of alpha 1 will be equal to VF1 divided by VW1. So from here you can easily determine the value of alpha 1 and beta 1. Getting this or not? Okay, one more question we will solve. Now this question says a Francis turbine is to be designed to develop 370 kilowatt under a head of 70 meter. Okay, the power given, shaft power is given as 370 kilowatt, head is given as 70 meter, the speed is 750 rpm, n is given as 750, and following data is given for the turbine. The ratio of B1 by D1 is 0.1, D inner by D outer is 0.5, flow ratio is 0.15, hydraulic efficiency is 0.95, mechanical efficiency is 0.84. Okay, now the circumferential occupied by thickness of vanes is 5%. Circumferential occupied by thickness of vanes, that means the value of K is given. Okay, thickness is taken into account as I told you, and since circumferential thickness, the thickness is accounting thickness is occupying 5%, that means this k should be equal to 1 minus 0.05, which is equal to 0.95. Getting this or not? Okay, 5% is accounted for thickness, so this k will be equal to 0.95. Assume the velocity of flow is constant, that means vf1 is equal to vf2. We have to calculate first the guide blade angles at inlet and outlet, second the runner blade angles at inlet and outlet. Getting this or not? Okay, so for calculating that, first we will have to determine, as I told you, first target should be to determine the value of u1 and vw1. So by any means, first we will have to determine the value of u1 and vw1. Okay, and u1, as I told you, is equal to pi d1 n by 60. So for this, first we will have to determine the value of this d1. Okay. Okay, now from where can we determine? So we are moving reverse. Okay, so from where we have to start, because बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को यही प्रॉब्लम रहती है कि सर हम क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं पर उसको स्टार्ट कहाँ से करें तो समझ में नहीं आता. ओके, तो कभी भी कोई क्वेश्चन में समझ में नहीं आया स्टार्ट कहाँ से करना है, सो जस्ट मूव रिवर्स. हमको निकालना क्या है, व्हाट वी हैव टू डिटरमाइन इज द गाइड वेन एंगल एंड रनर ब्लेड एंगल एट इनलेट एंड आउटलेट, दैट मीन्स α1, α2, β1 एंड β2, ये हमको निकालना है. ओके, और उसके लिए जो मैंने बताया तुम लोगों को, फॉर α1, α2, β1, β2, फर्स्ट वी विल हैव टू डिटरमाइन कि वेलोसिटी ट्राइंगल किस तरीके से होगा. ओके, वेदर इट शुड बी लाइक दिस और इट शुड बी, दैट मीन्स और द β1 शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 90, उसका भी मैंने बताया. Okay, so for that first you will have to determine whether this u1 is greater than vw1 or it is less than vw1. क्योंकि अगर u1 is less than vw1, then you will have velocity triangle like this, and if this u1 is greater than vw1, then you will have a different velocity triangle, as I have told you. I am not finding it. Okay, whatever. जिसमें β1 की वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 90 डिग्री होता है. सो फर्स्ट थिंग, जो फर्स्ट टारगेट है वो है हमारा vw1 और u1 निकालना. गेटिंग दिस और नॉट? ओके, ना तो उसके लिए u1 निकालने के लिए अब क्या ज़रूरी है, u1 निकालने के लिए d1 निकालना ज़रूरी है. ना d1 निकालने के लिए क्या ज़रूरी है, d1 निकालने के लिए q ज़रूरी है, विच इज़ इक्वल टू पाई d1 b1 vf1. ओके, तो कहीं से हमको अगर q मिल जाए तो थोड़ा सा हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. और Q कैसे मिल सकता है? सो Q के लिए हमने, जैसा मैंने बताया, Q के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं, हम हाइड्रोलिक एफिशिएंसी लगा सकते हैं, विच इज़ इक्वल टू रनर पावर डिवाइडेड बाय रो जी क्यू इंटू एच. गेटिंग दिस? ओके, नाउ रनर पावर है क्या? डू वी हैव रनर पावर? नो, वी हैव द वैल्यू ऑफ द शाफ्ट पावर. ओके, दिस इज द पावर डेवलप्ड विच इज नथिंग बट शाफ्ट पावर, and we also have the value of mechanical efficiency, so we can determine the value of runner power from here. How? We know what mechanical efficiency is equal to the outlet power which is shaft power divided by runner power. तो यहाँ से runner power मिल जाएगा which is equal to shaft power which is 370 divided by mechanical efficiency which is 0.84. So this runner power from here will be equal to 440.47 kilowatt. Getting? Obviously इतने लेंदी न्यूमेरिकल्स गेट में नहीं पूछे जाएंगे, बट बाय सॉल्विंग दिस न्यूमेरिकल्स आपके बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट इसमें क्लियर होंगे. गेटिंग दिस ऑन? ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ वी कैन डिटरमाइन द रनर पावर. सो क्या मिला हमको? रनर पावर मिल गया. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप वुड बी टू डिटरमाइन द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस क्यू. सो वंस वी हैव दिस रनर पावर वी कैन डिटरमाइन द वैल्यू ऑफ क्यू. हाउ? सो दिस आई विल जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू हियर. सो दिस रनर पावर विच इज इक्वल टू 440 hydraulic efficiency which is equal to 0.95 is equal to 440 divided by rho g 9810 into q into head. The head is given as 70 meter. Okay, so from here we can determine the value of q. Only q is unknown, so this q from here will be equal to 0.675 meter cube per second. This is the value of q. Getting this? अब ये क्यों निकाल रहे थे? In order to have the value of this d1. Okay, so just put the value of q here. So this q. Okay, now we are accounting for thickness also. Okay, thickness is also taken into account. So this q will be equal to k into pi d1 b1 vf1, as I have already told you. Okay, now this q is equal to k pi d1 b1 into vf1. Okay, now just put the value. Q is 0.675. Okay, k is how much? The value of k is given as 0.95 into pi into d1 into b1. Okay, now what is this b1 here? b1 is 0.1 of d1, 0.1 of d1. Okay, so into 0.1 of d1 into vf1. Okay, now do we have the value of vf1? No, vf1 हमारे पास नहीं है, but yes हमारे पास flow ratio है, so we can determine the value of vf1 from here. Okay, so vf1 is what? kf root 2gh. Okay, so from here this vf1 is equal to kf, which is given as 0.15 into root 2gh. Head is 70 meter, so from here this vf1 will be equal to 5.56 meter per second. Getting this? Okay, so just put the value 5.56. So from here we can get the value of this d1, which will be equal to 0.638 meter. Okay, and once we have the value of this d1, obviously we can determine the value of this u1, which is pi d1 n by 60. So this will be pi into 0.638 into n. N is how much? 750 rpm into 750 divided by 60. So from here this u1 will be equal to 25.04 meter per second. Getting this? Okay, now we have the value of this u1. Now second thing is to determine the value of vw1. Okay, now how can we determine value of vw1? So we know what runner power we have already determined, and what is this runner power equal to? Runner power is equal to m into vw1 into u1. Getting this? Okay, now runner power we have determined as 440.47 into 10 raised power 3 is equal to mass flow rate. Okay, mass flow rate is nothing but rho into q. Okay, rho is 1000 into q. Q also we have determined how much? 0.675 into 0.675 into vw1, which we have to determine, into u1, which is 25.04. So from here this vw1 will be equal to 26.06 meter per second. vw1 clear or not? Okay, now काफ़ी कुछ हमारा पर्पस सॉल्व हो गया है. We have the value of this vw1 and we have the value of u1, and we can see from here that this u1 is actually less than vw1. Okay, u1 is less than vw1. Okay, so the inlet velocity triangle, if I want to draw, it would be like this. This is vf1, this will be v1, vr1, alpha 1, beta 1, this will be u1, and this whole will be vw1. Getting this? Okay, and now since u1 is less than vw1, so this will be like this. Now tan of alpha 1, what is tan of alpha 1? vf1 divided by vw1. We have all the values now. 5.56 divided by 26.06. So from here this alpha 1 is equal to 12.04 degree. Okay, so these are the guide blade angle at inlet. Similarly, tan of beta 1 vane angle is equal to, what is beta 1? vf1 divided by vw1 minus u1. Okay, so this will be 5.56 divided by 26.06 minus u is 25.04. So from here this beta 1 will be equal to 79.6 degree. Okay, this is guide angle at inlet, blade angle at inlet. Now what about outlet? So for that we will have to draw outlet velocity triangle. Just draw outlet velocity triangle as well. This will be vf2, which is equal to v2, beta 2, u2 and vr2. Okay, now since vf2 is equal to vf1 given in the question, which is equal to 5.56 meter per second. Now u2 we can determine how? Pi d2 n by 60. Okay, now we have the, do we have the value of d2? Okay, we have the value of D1, okay, and the ratio D inner by D outer is given as 0.5, okay. Therefore D2 will be equal to 0.5 of D1. D1 is 0.638, so this D2 we can get it from here, okay. So just put the value. So this U2 will be equal to pi into 0.5 into 0.638 into n, which is 750, divided by 60. So this will be 12.52 meter per second. Getting this? Now tan beta 2, what will be tan beta 2 now? Vf2 divided by U2, just put the value. So this will be Vf2 is 5.56 divided by U2 is 12.52. So from here this beta 2 will be equal to 23.93 degree. That's it. Okay, so this will be blade angle at outlet. Clear or not? Okay, so this is how easily we can solve the questions of this Francis turbine. Getting this?